my keycaps finally came in. So now I can remove all of my Corsair keycaps and put it back on my old keyboard. Let me go ahead and do that now before I open the packages. No! Come on! Also, if I unmute my mic at this point, you can tell I'm watching something as I'm doing this. It is a very tedious task to do. Alright, it's done. So we have two packages that came in. One is from Epomaker and one is from Amazon. I'll have to double check exactly what brand this one was from Amazon. The reason why I got two keycaps is because the one that I got from Epomaker has a different kind of profile called the XDA profile, which is known for its flat design. I don't know how I'll like that, so we'll see how that goes. But that's also why I bought these keycaps from Amazon, because I figured that they would be the safer bets, whether or not I'll like the typing experience on the keycap. Let's go ahead and open them up real quick. There's so much bubble wrap. Okay, and the box is so small. Okay, let's give it a look-see, shall we? Is this the right place, or do I... Oh, I just open it that way. I see. So the box itself is pretty nondescript. I don't know if that's normal. Aha. And here it is. Oh, that's a really nice color profile, that's for sure. Oh, and does it... Seems like it expands. Yeah. Wow. Oh, the colors and the matte appearance is pretty nice, I must say. So what I'm liking about this is that it feels very premium to the touch, and the letters are nice and big, and they are very clearly visible. The tab sort of looks a little off, the lettering, I mean, it looks a little off-center, but that could just be me. Otherwise, I think this is a solid color scheme. But the question is how it is going to sound. So we will probably figure that out in just a moment. So here it is. Probably show it on this camera right here. And you can see how much of a flat profile it is. Definitely in comparison to other keyboards or keycap profiles. I think you can see it here, I hope so. So the flat profile may or may not be something that will get in the way, but I suppose there's only one way to find out, and that's by doing a quick typing test. Hold up. Okay, something I'm noticing is that some of the keys don't feel like some are a little bit higher up than the others. There was something that I had noticed when I was setting the keys in, is that some felt like they were able to go in farther, whereas others did not. So I don't know if this means I need to push the keys in a little bit deeper. It's like, yeah, I can feel some of them going in. It's like you have to kind of break the keys in. Yeah, I think I'll do that before I actually do a typing test. I suppose it's because these are very new keys that they kind of have to be broken in. I was so used to how it felt when placing my Corsair keys that I didn't realize just how much force I needed to push in order for the keys to be properly set in. So the keys themselves feel just fine. And honestly, the matte feel of the PBT double shot keycaps feel wonderful. It might be because of the way that I set the keycaps in, but they sort of feel uneven, and maybe it's a little bit of me not pushing them in all the way to the key or the switches, or it could also be because of the fact that it is the XDA profile and I'm used to a very certain kind of angle to the keycaps. I think it's time we try the other keycaps, and I'll show you in just a moment. You know, this is going to take a long time to do, so I'm just going to do some editing magic and it's gone. So the keycaps from Amazon that I had mentioned earlier is called, I believe, the Fogruaden. You'll see a screenshot right over here, but it's supposed to be a CSA profile apparently, and I kind of do like these colors a little bit better, and you'll see in just a moment. Okay, now this is much better packaging, that's for sure. Yep, get that. Ooh, that looks nice. And I'm sorry you're going to have to deal with that camera because the DSLR ran out of battery and it takes a long time to recharge the batteries. I used both of them already. So let's go ahead and take these out real quick. These are much easier to move around, whereas the other one was just like I'll fold them up, as you probably saw from earlier. Ooh, and we get a lot of different choices too with the colors. So as you can see, we have a large variety of different colors for certain parts of the keyboard. And I'm very fond of these blue accented colors. That's half the reason why I purchased this particular one over here. It's also a nice black and white color, so it should provide a pretty nice aesthetic for my keyboard. And apparently what a lot of people like to do is they will just do like this and then. So this color scheme definitely looks nice, and because the keyboard is silver, it still has a neutral enough color that any other color scheme I think will work. You'll see that I haven't placed any of these over here because these are where the media buttons are at, and the keycaps that came with this set didn't really have anything that I liked. This one, yeah, I'm not sure if I like this profile either. It's a different profile. These profiles are a little bit taller and they have a bit more of a dramatic scoop, and it is very noticeable towards the bottom part. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Also, what I've noticed is that these have more weird variances on the thickness of the letters. Like this R is noticeably bolder than the T right next to it. Secondly, the little indicators of where the F and the J are at are definitely smaller. I don't think I typically use this off the top of my head, but it is a little saddening that they don't put a bigger like line like they typically do. I'm going to go ahead and use the Epomaker keycaps that I got, and I'll put them over here, but they will probably be they will stand out quite a bit. Okay, yeah, so these definitely are very out of place, and you can see just how much taller these keys are compared to the XDA profiles. I don't really care so much about this top row over here since I rarely use it, but these I am curious to see how they will fare for me. So let's go ahead and give it a typing test, shall we? Okay, so one thing is for certain, the spacebar sounds lovely now that I have a proper spacebar, and this one in particular actually feels good. So one thing I forgot to mention is that these sort of have more of a glossy feel, especially the black ones. This spacebar feels a lot more matte than the rest of them. I'm not sure if I'm fond of these profiles. It may just be because I've gotten so used to the cherry profiles for so long that anything that isn't cherry feels off to me. So I'll have to run with these for a little while. I might even switch back to the XDA for a little bit and see how that works for me. Yeah, here's one more test. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to me so that I'm a little bit more comfortable.